How's it going, everybody? This is Urban Flame. I'm Giovanni Villanueva, and I have my partner Zulaimi here to help me out with today's meal. And today we're prepping out burgers. Americans love burgers. Everybody loves burgers. And we're gonna mix it up today with a little Latino vibe. I'm hitting you guys with first a nacho burger, which involves avocado, red onion, green lime. We have some ground beef. And we have bread. And so we're gonna hit you with some pico de gallo, guacamole. We're gonna add some chips to that as well. And as you can see, we have tomatoes here that also we add cilantro, red onion, lime, and tomatoes. We're also gonna add sour cream to that and pepper. Our second burger is going to be a X-Tudo. It's a Brazilian burger. We don't have all of it, but yet we still have some of the main ingredients, which involves the burger, the ham, bacon, cheddar cheese, egg, and we're going to make our own potato chips. So we're going to start out by doing the nacho burger. I'm going to have Zulaimi do the pico de gallo, and I'm going to start doing the guacamole.
A typical pico de gallo consists of tomatoes, lime juice, red onion, and cilantro. Usually they'll have jalapenos depending on how you like it spicy or not. But we're gonna go up with a non-spicy pico de gallo.
And what I have here is one red onion, which I'm gonna do the small dice, some lime for the zest, and not only for zest, but the juice, and I have here 7 avocados. So now, just gonna cut down on it. Put that to the side. I'm gonna leave that to the side. Now I'm gonna start cutting open these avocados. So as I'm just doing one simple task one time so I don't have to do it all over again. Zulaimi's doing the same, small dicing.
You can use any type of tomato. Usually for pico de gallo, the most common one is plum tomatoes, but you can use any kind, really. But you want to make sure that you take off the core, but don't throw it away because you want to use both. Make sure you use all of your tomatoes, especially in the pico de gallo. You want to make use of what you got, especially if you're on a budget too.
So now what I'm gonna do is take the seed out, which is simply, be careful, just stab the knife in there, turn, and it comes out. So now what I'm doing is I'm using a spoon to get that avocado out. Get the skin, throw it out.
So you want to get most of it and just pretty much get this much out of it. If you guys don't know, Giovanni and I work together. We work at Fenway Park, and a lot of these dishes this food that we're making, we do every day at work. So it's pretty easy, it's cheap, and it's really good too. And it's a different twist on a hamburger. I haven't had X-Tudo, is that how you say it? But I've had his nacho burger, and it's actually pretty good. It's something that Gio made up all by himself. At work, he'll take a burger, crunch up some nacho chips, and take some pico or guac and pepper jack cheese, and that's his burger. Right? When you go to cut your tomatoes, you don't want it to be too big, so usually like a medium dice is pretty good. because you get a nice bite to the pico de gallo. But you gotta be careful with your hands too. Make sure not to cut yourself because that can happen. It happens. It happened to me.
So, for Nacho burger, you can honestly add more to the guacamole if you want. Maybe even add jalapenos. We could have added some tomato into it, you know, make it really nice. But for right now, we're gonna make it simple for the viewers at home. And honestly, just by learning a couple of these, you don't even have to make a burger out of it if you want. Football's coming by, you can make guacamole and pico de gallo and eat it with some tortilla chips. And my favorite tortilla chips are, you know, the Spanish kind. Tostitos, they're fine. They're easy to find, but
they're not authentic. And you can also make your own tortilla chips at home. It's pretty easy if you buy white corn tortillas. They usually have them in local grocery stores. Take them up, cut them up into squares, and then fry them with vegetable oil. They'll only take about a minute to cook all together. So we usually that's how we make them at work. So I'm about to cut my cilantro, and what I like to do with my cilantro is get it really tight in a bunch, just so that when we mince them, we can get a good bite to them. So you're not running your knife back and forth, you're keeping it together. And the thing about cilantro or any herb is that you don't want to keep running your knife back and forth because then it starts to get brown. So that the little that you can do is the most that you want to do. And cilantro is very strong. Most people don't like cilantro. It has a very soapy taste to it. But if you use it in food, it tastes, in your pico de gallo, give it a nice kick to it. So now I'm gonna cut up some red onion. And you wanna do a small dice on it because onion's very strong. If you have it in big pieces, it's not gonna taste that great in the pico. You want to watch out for your fingers when you do this. Hold it really tight together and watch your fingers.
this season too, since it's a hot season, since we're in the summer right now, this is probably one of a good burger that's like gonna hit the spot, you know, with a nice Coke in the summer too. We're gonna make our own fries as well, so it's all gonna be homemade. None of that Burger King or Wendy's fast food stuff. This is all natural. So as you can see here, Sulemi's now squeezing the lime into the pico de gallo.
What you want to do too is you want to roll your lime first. That way it's easier when you go to squeeze it. The easiest thing to do is grab a regular spoon, and if you don't have a lemon juicer, just to put it in the middle, just like so. Start juicing away. Salt. You can use any salt. Sorry.
That's alright.
A little bit of pepper, and then you just want to mix that up.
Usually what I like to do is use my hands to mash these avocados. So I'm going to use this masher to kind of break it down. And I like my avocado like just melt in your mouth avocado, just really soft, nice. A little bit of chunks in there, but enough that you can turn it into a dip.
So this is a pico de gallo. You always want to try your food before you serve it. Just, you never know if it's over salted or under salted or under seasoned. So that's our pico. It actually tastes pretty good. So I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator right now until Gio gets his burger done. So I'm grabbing my potatoes now and I'm gonna give them a quick rinse because you want to keep the skin on. It's gonna give it more flavor. You kind of want to get your French fries uniformly, meaning that you want them pretty much to be all the same size and consistency, so that when you go to cook them, they're all cooking at the same time. So we're gonna keep them kind of like steak fries, about that big. Sorry, some cilantro on there, about that big, that big. It's like half an inch on all of them. While you're cutting the rest of your potatoes, just have a bowl or container of water and just put your potato in there, because if you don't, what tends to happen with the potato is that it has a lot of starch and it'll turn brown, and you don't want that to happen. You want to keep that nice white color. So just put them in water and they'll be totally fine. If you're doing, same thing goes with fruits, apples or pears, add a little lime juice to your water and they will stay perfectly white, though it won't turn brown. And while I'm cutting my potatoes, I have in the back, I have a pot of boiling water. You just want to get that to a boil so that when you drop your potatoes, they don't take a long time to cook. So once it gets boiling, turn the heat a little bit low. And then I also have a pot of oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, and a medium heat just so it gets hot and evenly distributed and my pan's not as hot. So I'm just going to continue cutting my fries.
So all I've added to this guacamole was avocados, red onions, and some lime. I added some salt and add a little bit of pepper, black pepper. And I'm gonna give it another little good mash. Get it all around there. See how it tastes. See if not too salty, not too lemony. I might add a little bit more salt to that.